Hey, what's up, guys? I hope you guys are doing pretty well. I'm personally doing fine, and today we're gonna go for another video. So let's go. We don't really need to do like this whole um long intro. You guys already know me. I'm the guy that just talk about people on Reddit and I reflect on them. I don't put any people's name because I don't want to get them into trouble because they didn't sign up for these stories to be used with their names on it and stuff like that. So I'm just using the stories and reflecting on them as they in the internet, which means that hey, they are open for commentary as well. So I'm just doing that. If you have a problem with your stories being talked about, you can just let me know. I'll take it down. Or if you have more things you want to talk about, just send them on my comment sections. I think I have an email somewhere. You just send it to my email and then I'll talk about them as well. Because I like sitting down, and just talk about stuff because I'm a big yapper thing now. All right, so it says about this close to quitting. So I work in a very small CVICO in a community hospital. I really used to like it, but in the 2 years I've been here, we have kind of turned into a step down overflow. We hate every step down in anything on this channel. I'm not gonna lie. The old surgeon quit, and a new one came on board, which was supposed to improve our census and get us some hearts. That's crazy. Why would the old guy quit and then the new one will make anything any better? Because if it's a small community, I guess the census doesn't really change. You still have the same amount of people living in the community. Beside, well, what can make the difference might be because the guy was old, it was not making or doing as much procedures, and then the new guy can make a little bit more procedures than the old guy, but still it's not gonna be really significant to change the census or whatever it is you guys have going on there. So one shouldn't be enough. But I don't know. Maybe I'm off. So let's go back. Well, that hasn't happened yet. Our census is lower than ever, which is good, right? The unit is actually closed right now because there were no patients. Oh, damn, that's a little bit too good. Our boss hired a bunch of new staff. Why are we hiring staff? Why are we closing too? And that means we are floating once or twice a week. Oh, damn. That's what always happen when you've been on the unit for a really long time and you got new people there, and your unit is pretty much like a step down unit with a bunch of cases and patients. Like they tend to make you train. That's what I've seen so far. They tend to make you train wherever just came in the unit, right? For whatever long they are, you're just like paired up with them, and then as soon as they're done or they're by themselves, they float you. That's pretty much the same thing. But I will hate being floated like all the time. But the thing with me is I'm a PCT, by the way, so I'm not claiming to be a nurse. I like being floated. I'm floated on almost like every single unit of the hospital that I currently work at. I like being floated because I need a breath of fresh air whenever I can get it. But I guess being a nurse is a little bit different, or it's vastly different because the unit you get floated on, or maybe the floor you get floated on, or not the floor that you have the most experience on, even if you've been a nurse for a really long time. Like one thing that I've really seen though, even though you've been a nurse for a long time, floating, I get why floating is not some nurses' cup of tea, because there's different critical values, or there's like different critical stuff when it comes to the unit you might be working on. I can't really make up my mind now, but I think I'm making it as I'm talking. Like for example, if you're on a med surg floor, right, there's like some stuff you need to look out for when you have a new admissions. Like the main thing is that, okay, cool, so you're a med surg floor, you're gonna have a new admissions. Depends on where the patient is coming from. What I've seen so far is you look at the skin, you had to do the med rec. What else do they do? um that's just a skin and med rec, right? But if you are working in the PICU, there are other things you need to, which are priorities for you when you have a new admissions. What I've learned so far, not seeing it because did not really see a bunch of PICU nurses yet, or I didn't really work with them much, so I don't really know what they always look at. But what I've learned so far from this stuff that I've been learning, was airway. You gotta make sure that the patients have a airway. And I guess you need to talk to the OR nurse about what kind of procedures they had done, and what they need to. They also have other things that they know that they have to look out for. Like somebody who works in med surg only and get floated to PACU one time doesn't necessarily know all those things. I mean, if they're nurses, right? There are some stuff like with experience they might know that to look for. But like somebody who's been working on a med surg floor just got comfortable enough to train somebody and float to a PACU floor does not necessarily know every single thing that an experienced PACU nurse knows, and then therefore can do the job well. And this also may impact patient safety because your nurse is not well versed on the floor or the specific specialty, therefore I cannot deliver the same care that he or she would have delivered if they were working on the floor they naturally worked on or the floor they've naturally been hired for. But I guess like these things are not really important, or they get important until somebody's hurt. Dead ass. Because sometimes I'm like, how you work in med surg and you get flooded to ICU? I wouldn't do it, but I know it's a thing. So let's go back. So our bus hire a bunch of new staff, and that means we're all floating once or twice a week. I usually don't mind floating, but I'm sick of this. I feel like I've been duped. This isn't what I signed up for. I know this was about to come. I call out today because I'm tired of being treated like a float pool. That's crazy. And being sent all over the place. And they posted another full-time day shift job opening yesterday. Like, what? There's already too many of us. I feel like I'm crazy. I feel like I feel like I'm in crazy town. I left my old CVICU because I was sick of working nights, but I think I'm about to stay F it and go back. At least I was actually getting to recover hurts. Bro, I really don't know what to say. Oh damn, my battery about to die. Let me change it. Alright, so I'm finally back now. My battery was about to die, so I just changed it. But yeah, like I was saying, that's crazy. That's literally crazy. Like floating, I do know not all nurses care about being floated all the time. There's nurses that they don't do the floating because one, it's really dangerous. It's dangerous because as time goes by, you've been working a specialty for a really long time. You develop like another sense, like a special sense when it comes to things that you look for and things that you can kind of smell even if they're not happening just yet, or things that are at the verge of happening. So you can kind of smell it, you can kind of like see it, and therefore you can avoid it when it's avoidable. But it's not the same thing when you get flooded, because when you do get flooded almost all the time, almost whenever I come to work, it's like, what are we doing? You're just surviving the night and just finger crossed anything bad happens, and that's pretty much it. Using your nursing judgment, which is all not gonna say bad, but sometimes based on maybe the kind of patients you have, maybe the kind of floor you're working on, and how stable your patients are. So you might need a little something more to have a better shift. Because there's something, well, there is surviving the night and there is having a good shift, which is two different things. And for me, surviving the night is doing what it is you're supposed to be doing, if you can, on a timely manner, and everything goes right. But having a good shift is, pretty much doing the same thing as well, and trying to do a little bit more, like having time to advocate for your patients when there is a need for you to advocate, or to reach out to the specific doctor to get this patient the specific meds that was not on the record, on the what it's called, the MAR, but it has to be put in because that's the meds the patient's taking, stuff like that. Because like if you're surviving the night, there is no way in hell that you can sit down and advocate for 2 or maybe 3 patients. That's the way I see it, because you're just like doing this. You're being pulled all over the place, and God forbid there is an emergency for throughout the night, or you have more than one emergency for within the night. So you're just like a effed up shift, and you really don't want to do nursing, and you don't want to do anything related to nursing. So that's kind of the way that I see it. That's my take on it. So I hope I didn't really say too much, or I hope I didn't really say anything controversial, because I'm not trying to become popular or do really big buzz by saying controversial stuff. But it's kind of like me talking about like, hey, how I feel about the matter. So I hope it goes well with your CBICU and whatever it is you got going on there. But I kind of see how it is though. Like the way that I see it is, they are hiring people, and please, what I'm saying is alleged, and these are just hypothetical situations. Like the way that I see this turning out is hiring more people, water down they pay, and make whoever was working there for a really long time go, and get these new people there, water down they pay, and just pay them literally crobbles. I say crobbles? No, just pretty much crap. Just pay them crap and hope that they stay there. But the thing they don't know is with these new nurses, which I'm about to be a new one, pretty much. It's like, hey, these people ain't gonna try to stay like in a place for more than 3 months if it's not exactly what they're looking for. And the craziest thing is, it's not really easy to find exactly what you're looking for. They ain't gonna stay. So they might suck it up to get the experience, but as soon as they get the experience, they're gonna go. And the thing is, this place will then lose credibility because hey, nurses are not what they used to be because hey, you don't have as much experienced nurses. Hey, there's like stuff that you can't really avoid as you used to because people that stay there for a really long time and develop the experience to just like see some stuff before they happen and get your booty into trouble, like, well, not get your booty into trouble, get your booty out of troubles so you don't have these people no more because they literally left because you were maltreating them, yeah, but do you care, is it maltreating them? Well, because you're not taking care of them properly, and then therefore you thought the new people were about to do the same thing that the old people were doing, because old people is not something that I'm saying in, well, it's figuratively. So we just thought like the newer people were about to do the same stuff that old people were doing just because they're nurses. No, it's not. Because there's one thing about being a nurse and there's another thing about being an experienced nurse. And it's just a whole lot of things that maybe I'll get to talk about one day when I know a little more about it. But as of now, I really don't think that I'm knowledgeable enough to talk about, this kind of stuff. But I was my take on it. So I hope you guys have a really good day. I'm having a really good evening. Even if I initially started as like I don't want to record anything today, but right now I'm kind of having fun because I'm like, damn, I feel you, bro. But yeah, that's it. So I'll see you guys in another one. I hope you guys have a really good evening again. Bye.